So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you may be chiming in from around the world. My name is Rhonda Gail Wise, and I am here chiming in from Detroit, Michigan. And we're going to talk about how you can place your first trade. Now, maybe you heard about copy and pasting and you don't know what to do next. Well, we're going to talk about that right now. Before we do that, just to go over and rehash what Ms. Debbie already said, you may be wondering, what exactly is ForEx? Well, ForEx, guys, stands for foreign exchange. It is the act of buying and selling currencies. We do it every day. You might have, like Miss Debbie said, been on a vacation and you took your money and exchanged it for that currency of where you were going. Or maybe on the weekend, your bank or your credit union said, we're shutting down for maintenance. When they do that, they're taking our money out of those accounts and they're trading on a bigger scale. All right. So we're going to learn this skill set, tighten it up, and we're going to trade, do the same exact thing that the banks do, but we're going to do it with our own money and we are going to keep the profit. I think that's really cool. Also, this is a portable skill set. Once you learn it, you can do it wherever you are, no matter what part of the world you're in, as long as you can access the internet. All right. And this market, this foreign exchange market, it is the largest financial market in the world right now, actually grossing over $6 trillion, is tipping the scale of $7 trillion. And we like to have the weekends off, right? So here's something that we could do. We can have the weekends off, keep it moving, spend more time with our families, do the things that we love to do with the money that we learned how to make by investing in the foreign exchange market, right? So that's what we're doing. That's what we're talking about. This market is very lucrative. All you need is a little piece of that pie, right? So you can be good. And we're going to tighten up that skill set so we can get it. But first things first, don't forget that you need to have downloaded that MetaTrader 4. Also, you can have whoever invited you to the call to help you choose a broker so that you can facilitate all the trades that you will be getting from the Telegram group, the AMG Telegram group, okay? And make sure always before you get ready to trade, make sure you have your trusty notebook, all right? Because you want to begin to take good notes. Why? Because I heard that note takers are money makers. So if you're writing down, getting trades, you want to make sure you write them down from the start. Practice writing them down, taking notes. One of the things that you're going to be able to do by writing these trades down is you're going to ensure that you have the proper trade. You take the information out of the Telegram group, even though we say copy and paste, you don't want to leave it up to copy and pasting. All right. And I'll show you what we mean by that in a minute, but make sure you have your notebook ready. Take notes so you can take you want to have a trade journal is what I want to say, trade journal. So you just have a notebook. It could be fancy. It doesn't have to be fancy, but make sure you got that paper there so that you know what you're doing. Write yourself those notes to keep you in alignment with what you want to do today. A lot of us, we may have already heard of
Hey,
having
baby,
a
I'm picking
trading.
up a human in 2 minutes, so I'll
Hey,
have to
hey,
hop off,
hey.
okay?
Let me mute the line, guys. All right, so good afternoon. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And we are just getting started. But the first things first is to have that app, MetaTrader 4, downloaded. Also choose that broker and have your notebook handy, your pen. You want to write notes to yourself on the top. You also want to make sure you got the right trade, okay? It's really not good if you go and put that trade in and it's live in your live account and it's not right. I've done it before. Ask me how I know, right? But it's okay. That's how we learn. It's not bad if that happens. You just close it out, all right? So let's keep it moving. So now that you know a little bit about what you need, okay, you need that app, but you also need to stay connected, all right? If you are a member of this platform and you're learning, then there's areas other than that free section of the Telegram group, which you can get connected and receive even more even more signals that you can copy and paste. So remember a few years ago when we were trying to figure out how we're going to make money because we had to stay inside, we weren't being connected in the normal way, right? So we had to figure out a plan B. Now this plan B is going to become my plan A. It can become yours too. But guess what? There's so many areas where we can get connected to, which will shoot out some information, shoot out some nuggets, shoot out some more money making information. And you don't even know what you're doing yet, but you don't get it if you don't stay connected. Here I have highlighted a couple of areas for beginners that's good to take advantage of. And this is strictly on the Forex side. Okay, so on the Forex side, we have Forex Thrive, which you get Forex Pearl for the Forex people. And then we have binary options, which is another form of trading. It's a little bit different from trading Forex. And a lot of times people find that a little bit easier, as a matter of fact. And that's kind of where I started to get my kind of the basics. And from there, I went on to Forex. So it all helps, you know, you get in where you fit in. But if you don't get in, you don't fit in nowhere, right? I'm corny, y'all. So just listen up. We're going to get it together, though. But also, if you are on one of the higher levels, paying levels, you will have access to Alert Stone. Okay. And as you can see, there's so much to be had here. All you have to do is come aboard and join us. All right. So now that you know a little bit about how to get started, you got that app. And now you're ready to go, right? You're looking at the Telegram group and you're trying to figure out what are you looking at, right? Well, there's 5 parts of the trade family that you need to have and that you need to know about, like the parts of the trade that make everything go together, that make everything work, all right? And they are, number 1, the pairing. Okay, what am I trading? Am I trading Euro USD? Am I trading NZD CAD? And these are all currency pairs that you'll be hearing, because once you get in that Telegram group, Mr. Mike Jameson, one of the leaders here, he's going to be shooting out those trades and you're going to be so excited. Number 1, it's money coming in your pocket, right? In your pocketbook, in your wallet, right? But also you'll know what you're looking at a little bit. So by the time that happens, maybe later tonight or tomorrow, you'll have some idea of what's going on. So the first thing that we need to do is that currency pair, all right? The second thing that we need is the type of trade that we're going to do. Are you going to buy? Is the market going up? Are you going to sell? Is the market going down? Okay. And we have 5 types of trades that once you go into the app that you can select to choose for your trade type. Okay. And those are going to be market execution, which is as soon as you hit buy or sell, that trade is active and live wherever the market is. Okay. You have to remember that, because that right there can make you lose your whole account really quickly if you don't know what you're doing. All right. But just so you know what you're doing when you go in that app. So market execution is what you're going to see first. The second thing that you're going to see is buy limit and sell limit. And you're going to see buy stop and sell stop. Okay. Those are 5 types of trades that we'll be working with. And you'll know which one that you'll have when you see the trade. All right. Also, you're going to need the next thing, number 3, the entry price. Where am I going to enter the market? All right. And when we go into that MetaTrader 4 app, we're going to put these, the information for each of these things in that app. We're going to tell the app to do something kind of like a coffee pot. When you set the coffee pot, you kind of set it and forget it, right? You go to bed, it does its thing, it cuts on in the morning. When you get up, hopefully you got 5 cups of coffee, 6 or whatever, and then you make your coffee and you're going about your day. Same thing here, okay? So once you put in that entry price, we're telling that app, this is where I want to enter the market, all right? Number 4 is your take profit. Right here is a spot where I'm going to tell the app to take profit. I want to enter the market at one spot, but I want you to cut off and I want to take a profit at this spot. All right, does that make sense? And then your stop loss, number 5, is I'm telling the app, in the event that the market reverses, this is the amount of loss I'm willing to accept. Okay. And you set that loss, whether it's $5, $10, $30, all depends on how much money you have in your account, but you're going to set that loss. Even though you're taking trades out of the AMG Telegram group, one of these days you'll be able to figure this out. It's not going to take you long, and you'll be able to just go in there and select all of these entries all on your own. And we call that becoming the trade. All right. And it's going to feel so great, right? I'm going to be happy for you. And we're going to be traveling the world on the beaches of the world. But first, we got to get that bank. All right. Okay. This is a trade idea. Now, this trade idea came out of the FX Pro group, and it is a trade idea. Now, this is a trade idea, is actual trade, okay? And this is the work, the result of the work that someone else has done already. We get to reap the benefits of that, all right? We've all heard of reaping and sowing, right? So here, there's two trades and two different types of trades, okay? So let's go over and see if we can remember those 5 parts of the trade, all right? So the first thing that we needed, remember, was the currency pair, the pairing. What am I trading? Uh-oh, hang on 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry, I gotta pause and grab my cord real quick. Hold on 1 second, be right back.
Awesome, awesome. I've gone ahead while she's doing that. I've gone ahead and posted the instructions again in the chat. So we want to make sure that you will be learning in a safe environment. So be sure that you have your MetaTrader 4 account established. So those instructions are there. Okay, there you go, Rhonda.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it moving. Things happen, guys, but you got to be prepared, right? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. But the cord was right there. I forgot. It must have fell out or something. I heard a ding. I don't know what that means, right? It's gonna cut off soon, and we don't want to be cut off. What we want to do is learn these 5 parts of the trade, right? So looking here at this example, right here, if you see my cursor to the left, it says GBP USD. You guys see that? So that is my currency pair. Okay, that's what I'm going to be trading. So what is the trade type? It is a sell. Whenever you see the word sell by itself or buy by itself, like you do over here on the right, that means this trade is a sell stop or a buy stop, okay? Sell stop or a buy stop. If it says sell limit, then that's what it is. And the other one will be buy limit, okay? But if it's just sell by itself, that means a sell stop. All right, the next thing here, this is my entry price. Sometimes you'll see this @ sign or you'll see the letters EN. They mean the same thing, but this is where I'm telling the app, the MetaTrader 4, I want to enter the market, all right? The next thing is SL. SL stands for stop loss, and that is the point. And when we're telling the app, I want to stop my trade at this point in the market, all right? TP 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are your take profits. Your take profit is, I'm telling the app, I want to take profit at this particular point or at this dollar amount, okay? If you are a beginner, you want to focus on taking take profit 1. Why? Because take profit 1 is a safe movement, and you don't want to get caught up in losing a bunch of trades because you stay in the market too long. The higher up the take profits, the longer you're going to have to stay in the market, okay? If you do that, please only do that under the direction of like Mr. Mike Jameson or one of the other leaders. So once they put out a trade, they'll give updates and things like that in the same Telegram group. So you want to pay attention. So if they say something like going ahead and take profit 2, you can do that. But again, it all depends on how much money you have in your account. All right. Does that make sense so far? So hopefully I'm not talking too fast. All right. If you guys are with me so far, I want you to drop a 1 down in the chat. Let me see some action here. I want to hear you talking to me, not verbally, just with them ones. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Got it. All right. So let's move on to the next trade. The next trade is AUD NZD. All right. Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. And the more you hear these currency pairs, you'll start remembering them like a phone number. So don't get caught up in, well, I don't know what that means. Doesn't matter. We're copying the right cats. All right. We're going to copy some stuff for a minute until we figure it out. All right. Until you know it enough to where you could do it on your own. All right. And that's why we're here. Now, this trade, AUD NZD, is a buy, which is a buy stop. And we're going to enter the market at 1.04400. All right. Simple, right? We've all copy and pasted. We bought clothes, shoes, hair, all kinds of stuff where we copy and pasted a coupon link. All right. If you have an iPhone, then you'll be copy and pasting. It's that simple. But write it down so that you won't have any mistakes. You want to check it and be sure that you have the right thing put into the app. All right. Stop loss here is 1.03400. All right. Your take profit as a beginner, take profit 1.04600. All right. So it's not hard. Just simple pieces of the puzzle. Okay. And now that you have those 5 pieces of the puzzle, you can go into the Telegram group and enter a trade. It's that simple. All right. We're going to follow a leader. All right. So when you go into the Telegram group, this is what it'll look like. Okay. It'll be more like this. And once you come aboard, if you're invited to the free channel, once you come aboard, you know, you'll be seeing the screenshots that I just showed you. But this is the same thing. Okay. Your 5 parts of the trade. So it's going to say trade idea at the top. This is my currency pair, EUR GBP, which is the European dollar against the Great Britain pound. I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied with these things, but sometimes it doesn't matter, right? We can get tongue-tied all day long. No, as long as I know what I'm looking at and put it in the app right, who cares? Doesn't matter, right? The second part, this is a sell limit. Sell limit, okay? Remember I said if it just says sell, it's going to be a sell stop. This one says both words, so this is a sell limit. Here is your entry price we're going to enter the market at 0.8454. My stop loss, I'm going to take a loss at 0.8489. And my take profit is 0.8437. All right. Now down at the bottom, it says use proper risk management. That means make sure you're following the direction of the leaders so that you can secure your money. All right. We're not in the business of losing money. We're in the business of helping you learn the skill set, how to invest and how to keep the money. Okay. So make sure if they say put a stop loss on there, make sure that stop loss is there. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't get a cup of coffee. Don't do anything without that stop loss, because I'm telling you, the market has a mind of its own and it could do a hiccup and burp and go in any different direction. And if you're not watching it and you don't have that stop loss on there, you're going to come back and you're going to see red. And let me tell you, that does not feel good. You get your feelings hurt. I've had mine hurt quite a few times, right? But you don't have to learn the hard way all the time. All right. So Mr. Mike Jameson, he's the leader. He's up day and night, whether he's in the house, out of the house, on the road, you know, taking the break, whatever. He's investigating in the market and along with other leaders. But in this AMG Telegram group, you'll see this name at the bottom, Noble Mike Jameson. He's doing all the work so that we don't have to sound like a commercial, right? So here, you just put the information in, all right? Make sure you write it down. Write it down. If you have questions about what to do. Don't wait till it's time to put it in. And by no means do you want to put any of this into your live account. You want to be in your demo account working with your play money. All right. And once you get good, and you'll know when you're good, then you'll go into your live account. Don't ever take any of these straight out the bat and go straight to your live account. All right. Why? Because you need to know the ground rules. You need to know some of the basics first so that you'll know what's going on. What if you need to close out your trade? There's some things that you need to know. What am I looking at, these notes and things? So you need to stay connected so that you also can ask questions, okay? And also get those answers. All right, does that make sense? All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so another thing that you'll need to know and consider is calculating your pips. Are you shooting for 10 pips, a 10 pip and dip strategy move where you just get a little bit, you get in there and get out? Or you're going for bigger movements now that you have the knowledge under your belt? You are going to take advantage of some big movements. Well, all that will be according to how many pips you're going after. All right, how much money do you need? The little bag or the big bag? I want to get the big bag, but a whole bunch of them. All right, I want to be safe because I found I do not like to see the red. I like red clothes and red lipstick and red other things. I do not like to see red in my account. So by all means and by any means necessary, I try to figure out all the ways that I cannot see the red, right? I know it's a part of life and it's a part of the equation, but if I don't have to see it, I'm not going to. So I tend to, like when I was a beginner, 10 pips and dip. I'm following the leader, doing some copy and pasting. But when I tried to do my own, I stuck with short, quick movements. Get in, get out. All right, does that make sense? That way you secure the bag, you keep more of what you gain versus trying to get these really big movements. And I did that too. I thought I was going to be quick and savvy and get the bag without counting pips and all that. I was just like, oh, I could get $1,000 today, right? No, you're not getting $1,000 today. The market is going to let you know that, right? But the market is going to respond differently if you learn the language. Counting these pips is part of learning that language, all right? And it's simple. Don't get caught up on the word pips, all right? I'm going to explain it real simple. Let's say if this was money, all right, and this is your change, 0.4060. If you're buying, you're going to add. If you're selling, you're going to subtract. That's it. So on your piece of paper that you're taking your notes, at the top, in red, in green, whatever you like, highlight it, and you write that note down at the top so that you don't forget. So when you're putting your trades in, you know that I'm counting pips 10 up, you know what you're looking at, you'll be able to figure out how Mr. Mike Jameson came up with the numbers, his take profit and the stop loss based on where he entered the market. It's simple. You're just doing simple math, adding 10. If you're shooting for 20 pips, you're going to add 20. So if we entered the market on this particular trade of USD CAD, we entered the market at 1.4060, okay? If we're shooting for 10 pips, we're gonna add 10 to that because this particular trade is a buy. See here where it says order execution, we're gonna buy a buy stop, all right? And we're just gonna add, we're gonna tell the market or the app to stop my trade 10 points past this movement. And that will be at 1.4070. All right, does that make sense? You follow me so far? If I'm shooting for 20 pips and I started at 1.4060, then I will end at 1.4080. All right, and it's really simple. And I know sometimes when we're studying and there's all these definitions and things, and we can get caught up on the definition. But if you think of it in terms of simple math, I'm going to add 10 cents or 20 cents, you know, or I'm going to add 100 to this. And you could even do it on your calculator real quick, you know, add 10 to wherever you enter the market. add 20, and you want to do 100 pips. You're trading an indice, again, only under the direction of the leaders that you want to do an indice, because all beginners, you only want to do currency pairs that are just all letters. And this is the easy way to understand it. If you see a currency pair and it's got numbers in it, that's an indice, and you want to stay away from that because it will take your money. You can make the big bag with it really quickly, but you also can lose really quickly, and you can lose big, okay? So that's just a little side notes of recognizing the currency pairs until you learn the definitions and logistics of that. But again, let's say if you're selling, so let's look at the trade idea at the bottom right here. Okay, this is AUD USD, but this one we began at 0.6160 and we're gonna sell. So when we're gonna sell, when counting pips, we're gonna count down because the market now is going down, right? So when we look at our chart, the numbers that we're gonna look at, if price was at $1 and the market is going down, it's gonna go to 99 cents, 98 cents. You get it? So the market is gonna go down. So you're gonna subtract 10 from where you started, or 20, or even 100, okay? If the market goes in the opposite direction and you add to whatever you started, the opposite of your trade, now you're in the negative and your trade will be in the negative. You won't have a profit, okay? Does that make sense? You guys follow me so far? If you guys need something from me, just you can come off mute and stop me if you have a question. Sometimes I go fast. I think I'm going slow, but you guys let me know, all right? But that's the basics of counting a pip. You know, if you're doing 100, you just add 100 to wherever you start, okay? And pay close attention to the decimal point, and you cannot make a mistake with that because then it will be all wrong. All right. And if you are a beginner, you don't want to stay in the market too long. The longer you stay in the market, the more you stand the risk of losing what you already gained. Okay. All right. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. There is one exception. There is one that is not like the rest. Okay. And that is JPY. Okay, if you have a pairing with JPY, I don't know if you noticed on the other trades after the decimal point, it was 4 numbers, sometimes 5 numbers. Okay, if you have a pairing with JPY, it will only be 2 numbers. It won't be 4 or 5. Okay, you're still going to count using the number places. So if it's 100, we know that's 3 places, the 3rd place. Okay, so here, if we started here at 1.23 on a buy, we're going to go up, then we end at 1.23. So we're still adding 10, right? 10th place is the 2nd place. We're adding 20 right here. So we started off with 23. Now we ended up with 43. Here, even though it's only 2 numbers after the decimal point, it's still 3 numbers. So I can still add 100. No matter what it is, you're just going to be in the 100th place, okay? And negative, if it reverses and goes in the opposite direction, now you're going to subtract, okay? So you started at 2, 3. Now we ended up at 13. Now we have negative in our account, all right? So just like on Sesame Street, when they say about that matching, it's a memory game or something like that, and they say, which one of these things is not like the other? That is JPY. All right. You're going to remember that silly song I just sang when you see JPY. It doesn't matter how you remember it, just as long as you remember it, right? You're going to get it done. All right. So the next part, you can open up your phone if you want to in this part, and you can follow along. Okay. So when you actually see that currency pair in the Telegram group, and now you're ready to go to the MetaTrader 4 and open it up, right? This is what you will see. If you have an iPhone, you're going to be on the right side. If you're on an Android, you're going to be on the left, the screenshots, okay? So put an A in the chat if you're Android, and put a I in the chat if your team iPhone. I want to see. All right, we need to see who we're working with. But if you have an Android, all right, when you open it up and you're on the quotes page where you see your currency pairs on the left side, and then you see a bunch of numbers, 2 rows of numbers on the right. This is how it'll look, all right? If you have an iPhone, this is how yours will look on the left side, okay? Once you have the currency pair, number one, which is the first part of your trade, what you are trading, your currency pair. You look on your list and you're going to find your currency pair, all right? If you don't see your currency pair, you're going to look at the top of your screen where there's a little menu, all right? There's a little menu and there's a plus sign at the top. You're going to click on that plus sign and it will open up a search menu and you type the currency pair that you're looking for in that search. You're going to tap it when that menu comes up and it should disappear. Then you just hit the backwards arrow, which will be all the way at the top and the left side. You click that back arrow, it'll take you back to the quotes page, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and that currency pair that you just added should be at the bottom, okay? When you first download MetaTrader 4, it doesn't have a whole lot of currency pairs on there. It comes equipped with some, but for the rest of them, you have to add them on there, all right? But it's really easy. And if you come to a spot where you need help, reach out to the leaders and we'll get you squared away, all right? But once you find your currency pair, what you're gonna do is you're gonna tap and hold down that currency pair. Once you do, a menu box is gonna open up. On an Android, it's gonna start with new order, symbols, all right? If you have an iPhone, it's gonna say trade, chart, and details. You see how that is? So once you hold that currency pair down, you want that menu to open up. So now you can select new order or trade. And now we can begin to put that information from the Telegram group into the MetaTrader 4. All right. Information is the same between the two phones, just a different layout. All right. Follow me so far? So once we have that currency pair, which is part number one of the 5 parts of the trade, now we need the trade type. What is my order type? Am I going to buy? Am I going to sell? Is it going to be instant market execution? Okay, whatever it is, you're going to see it once you open up your app. So once you hit new order, you're going to see this. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but once you open up your app, at the top, it's going to say market execution. Once you tap on that, it's going to open up a menu and then you'll be able to see all the rest of the pending trades, okay? And remember, the only one that's not pending is going to be the market execution, which is a live trade as soon as you hit buy or sell. But the other ones, you're going to put the information into the app and then they're going to cut on sometime in the future, all right? So we have buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop, all right? And you will select whichever one that it is, all right? Follow me so far? The other thing that you're gonna do is you're also gonna be selecting a lot size. Now, right up under your trade type on your app, it should be located, these little numbers right here. It's gonna be 0.01 or something. Most of the times it's gonna open up and it's already gonna be at 0.01. But if it's not, and you're a beginner, you're gonna change that by tapping on the blue numbers left or right, and you're gonna change it until it gets to 0.01, all right? All beginners, we don't wanna change that lot size to anything higher. Always start with 0.01, and that is how you secure your account, because if you change it to a higher number, you're risking a lot more money, and if you don't have enough money in your account to facilitate that, it's gonna take all your money on the first trade or two. And again, that does not feel good either, right? So we get a little bit at a time and you wanna do safe movements, okay? And then you get the hang of it and you change your lot size Once you get good, you change your lot size. You still make small, safe movements. You change your lot size and get a bigger bag. So maybe instead of getting $1 or $2, you get $10 or $20. And then from there, you get more money in your account. And then instead of getting that, you get $100 to $200, all by just changing your lot size. Okay, so beginners, we're going to risk this amount, which is 10 cents per movement. This is your pip. When you change this, you're telling the market, this is my money. All right, this is how much money I want to get. And you'll learn more about that as you go along. But here again, don't get caught up on how much that is right now, because if you're taking trades out of the Telegram group, it's not going to be too much. It's going to be like somewhere between $10 and $20, 10 and 20 pips. All right. So that's a doable amount. And then you copy and paste until you figure it out. All right. But the lot size is right there. So that's the next thing that we're going to do in that app after we select that trade type. All right. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to select that trade type. But when we're selecting that trade type, we need to know, how is it moving? What are we actually doing, or what is the market doing when we're selecting these trades? If I'm doing a buy stop or sell stop or a buy limit, what is it doing? What does that look like? So if you open up Trading View, which is where we go to look at the market and mark our charts and things of that nature, you want to be able to at least have enough knowledge to say, well, it should be going up according to my trade. And when I go look at it, it is in fact going up. So you'll begin to learn, what am I doing here? All right. So I'm going to see if I can explain this without killing the mood here. Our leader, Miss Angela, she has an example and she puts it this way. So think about, we're in San Francisco, okay? And we're going to the Rice and Roni restaurant. I like rice. I love rice and roni. I used to. Don't eat it anymore. But anyway, remember the song, say rice and roni, the San Francisco treat. And they show this trolley going up the hill. All right. So think about that. We're on this trolley bus and we're starting at the bottom and we are going up the hill to the Rice and Roni restaurant, which is all the way up here at the top. All right. So that, my friends, is going to be the example of a buy stop. So in a buy stop, I'm telling the app that I want to enter the market at a certain point. The market is going to go up, and then I want to stop, get off the bus, or close my trade out, and then the market is going to continue on its merry way. All right. So this blue dot is your entry point. Okay. And your line is your take profit. So this green line is my take profit. So here in the example of a buy stop, we're standing at the bottom of the hill, right over here, right at the bus stop. The trolley comes along, it's going up the hill to the Rice and Roni restaurant. All right. Here it picks me up at the blue dot. It's going up the hill. And when we get to the restaurant, which is the green line, it's going to drop us off. And then the bus is going to continue up the hill and go on its merry way. Does that make sense? The bus is coming up the hill, picks us up at the blue dot, goes up the hill to Rice and Roni restaurant on San Francisco Street, drops us off, continues on its merry way. All right, sell stop, the same thing, but the opposite. We went in the restaurant, we ate our dinner, we came out, now we're gonna wait at the bus stop at the top of the hill. The bus is coming down, right? It's gonna drop us off down here back at our bus stop, at our house, at the bottom of the hill in these apartments. And we're gonna go lay down. So the bus is coming down, picks us up at our entry point, takes us down the street, back the bottom of the hill to our house, drops us off and continues down the hill, continues on its merry way. Does that make sense? I like that example too, though. I got a clear understanding of exactly what I was supposed to be looking at. Okay, let's talk about buy limits. All right, a little bit different. Sometimes we mess around or we're doing something and maybe the bus came a little bit early. We came out and the bus is already gone. right? But we still need to be picked up. I know when I went to Las Vegas and Minnesota near the mall, different attractions, you can put in the app that you need a pickup, right? The bus already left, but they'll turn around and come back and pick you up. So kind of the same instance here. All right. Here you are at the blue dot. So let's say the bus was going up the hill, right? And it got halfway up there. You came outside, you see the bus, and you're like, oh man, you sit and put the message in the app. The bus turns around, comes back down, picks you up at the blue line, right? I said that wrong. This is not right. The bus is coming down, picks me up right here at the green line, all right? And then comes up, goes back up because we want to go up. We missed the bus. We had to catch it on the come down. It turned around, picked us up, went back up, and now we can go up to the restaurant. So in essence, we missed the bus. So now you got to chase after it. Does that make sense? And the same thing with the sales stop. We came outside, we want to go down, but the bus was going up. So we asked the bus, can you come and pick me up? But I need to go down. So the bus came up. We put in the order. We'll say the blue dot is where you put in the order. I entered. The bus turned around, picked you up at your spot, and then went on its merry way to go down. All right. So sometimes we have to do that, but it's no fret. We can get in where we fit in, right? And you'll learn about that. But you're really just following the leader when you take the information out of the AMG Telegram group. So you'll be able to get the bag while you figure it out. Okay. And that's the beauty about all that work that Mr. Mike Jameson is doing and all the leaders. Okay. But I want to open up the chats and I want you guys to come and join me on this conversation. All right. I want somebody to come off mute and tell me if you're buying, which direction is your trade going in? Is it going up or down?
Up.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo-hoo. Yes, David, it is going up. All right. So that means if you're selling, the market is going down, right? So we want to always keep that in our heads. Remember that buying means market is going up. Selling means the market is going down. All right. All right. So now that we got the first couple of things, we had our trade type. All right. We enter that. We know that's going to be at the top. Then we adjust our lot size. The next thing that we want to do is enter our stop loss and our take profit. Now here on the left for Android, we will have the entry price, which will go, I think we missed one. The entry price, which will go right here where it says price. Okay. On an iPhone, it's going to be a little bit different, the layout, but the same information, okay? On an iPhone, it says price, and there's a blank space right there. Here, you can copy and paste if you have an iPhone, but if you have the Android, you have to manually put the numbers in there because on the Android, it's going to be all zeros, 0.00 some numbers. So you tap right there in that space, and then you want to take your cursor and go backspace all the way to the left. And then you begin to put the numbers in there. And you also want to make sure when you're putting the numbers in there on the Android, make sure you also press that decimal point when it calls for the decimal point. All right. And double check, triple check, and make sure you got your numbers right. Okay. The next group of numbers right here, which will be a red line on the Android, a red underline, that is going to be your stop loss. Okay. Stop loss for Android, and the next space for the iPhone is just blank. And then next to it on the right for the Android will be a green line, and that is where your take profit goes, okay? And pretty much you're just taking the information, those numbers that you got out of the Telegram group, putting them into the app like you do your coffee pot. And then if they're right, you'll be able to place trade. You want to make sure that you have the right currency pair. Here on the Android at the top in the blue to the left, your currency pair will show up. All right. Here on the iPhone, it's going to be in the middle. All right. All right. Okay, so what about your lot size? A lot of times, especially for beginners, we always wonder, when should I change my lot size? Okay, your lot size should be only changed according to your bank account. How much do you have in the bank? How much cushion do you have? All right. And here is an example. You want to screenshot this. You want to keep note of this, write it down, okay, in red. If you are a beginner, very important, you should not be changing lot size unless your live account is going to be more than $300, $400 to $500 to be exact. All right. I would not change it to past 0.02. Okay. That's a safe movement between 10 and 20 cents. All right. You don't want to go past that, but here is a guideline in case you're wondering. Okay. $100 to $300. You want to leave it very low, okay? And then from there on, $400 to $500, then you want to begin to change it, maybe 3 to 4 to 5, you know, and then so on and so forth. So really, you don't want to be doing $1 per movement until you get to $1,000 in your account. Why? Because at $1 per movement, and that's what this is, 0.1, that's $1 per pip. Okay, and let's say you're doing a trade and it is 20 pips, 20 pips movement. That means $1 per pip per movement. All right, that trade, if you want it, it will be $20. Or it could be $200. But we don't want to talk about that. I don't want to scare you, but this is just really simple. Screenshot this and keep it in your notes so that you'll know when is it safe to change your lot size. Okay, so as a beginner, keep it low, 0.01 or 0.02. All right, and you'll see what I mean when you're in your demo account. If you just want to see what does it look like, you could do that in your demo. Put a higher lot size so you can have some idea of what it looks like. All right, but other than that, you don't want to change the lot size. Okay, keep your money safe. And right now we are done with that part, and possibly if you guys don't have any questions, we can try to place a trade. How about that? So you guys can come off mute. Does anybody have any questions right now?
I did have a question. I put it in the chat. When you were showing the TP4 and it just said open, you don't do anything with that. You just kind of leave it.
When you say what? Say that again.
Okay, when you were showing the examples and you got down to take profit 4 and it said open. What are you really saying there? I mean, you
there,
don't do
open is like just the open trade. You don't have a take profit on there. Let's say you did a market execution and you just left it open. So an open trade, you don't have any parameters on there to stop it.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, I want to jump in real quick on that question. So this is Angela. So I'm in the background.
Angela.
Hello. So when you first start, you always just want to do take profit 1.
Yeah, I understand that. I was just curious.
Yeah. So what happens is, and I'm working on an advanced course. So I'm so glad that Rhonda's on board and that we have other teachers, so that allows me to go now and work on an advanced course. Because when you start, understanding how to get take profit 1, you really want to get take profit 2 and take profit 3 and take profit 100 if you can, right? Because that just means that the trade is going in a direction that you wanted to go in, and as you're making more money as it as it keeps going in that direction. So that take profit is stopping you out and saying, thank you very much, pay me, right now for these pips. So most of our take profit 1s are at 20 pips. Most of the take profit 2 is at 100 pips, no, 50 pips, and then take profit 3 is at 100 pips. So let's say a trade goes, 200 or 400 or 500 pips. Well, we would love to be on that trade, right? And so you would do something called a trailing stop loss, where you would keep moving it up. And so then, when it says open, it just means that if it goes past the 4 and goes to 5 or goes to 6 or goes to 7, then you are just moving with the market and moving your stop loss accordingly to that. So that's going to be in the advanced class. So that was a great question. I saw another question from, can't find in my notes, but I thought it was not on my demo account. I don't know what that means. Oh, I think that was the question about if you can't find a pairing. Some of the pairings are not in the demo account. They are in the real accounts, but they're not in the demo accounts. And depending on what broker you use, they may not even be in your real account either. But so there are some pairings that are not in a demo. If you're trying to find them, if you hit the plus button on the top and then try to search the pairing and you don't find it, what I would do is I would comment in the AMG app, like in the chat, and say, hey, looking for this, can't find it, just to make sure that is a pairing that can't be found in a demo. And somebody will like say like, no, that's not in the demo. But depending on what demo account you're using, if you're just using the straight demo account for MetaTrader 4, some of the pairings will not be there. So that is, that's a bummer. And then some of the traders that I guess say brokers that you say United States brokers may not have gold, for instance. And so, it just depends on the broker that pairing may not be there. So it may not be that you can't find it, but it may not be offered from that broker. So awesome. I'm going back on mute.
That's great. Do you guys have any more questions? Any more? Let me check the chat.
I have another question.
Okay, fine,
Okay.
cool.
Okay, I have the ebook from Angela, and for the pips, she's focusing on the third position, decimal point, I'll say 0.2357. And when I look at my studies for iGenius, they're focusing on not the 5, but they would be focusing on the 7. There's a good example there. And so that kind of throws me off, is it 3, the third position, or is it the 4th position for the pip?
It's the 4th position. So the 4th position, not for the JPY pairing, but it's where most of your traders are not going to talk about 1 pip or 2 pips or 3 pips. And so like this in particular, like let's say 1.4060, well, if it went to 4061, that's 1 pip. 6.2 is 2 pips, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5. So that's the singular pips. But when you look at like most of their stop losses or take profits, they are counting basically in increments of 10. So they, you won't, most of the traders, I think it's only one trader that he will, give you something for 3 pips, but most of them are going to be, your take profit 1 is going to be 20 pips. And then take profit 2 is like 50 and then 100. So that's like, that's why I kind of didn't put it on here. And even in my book, I didn't put the singular pips because most traders don't talk in singular pips.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. So is that all of our questions? Everybody good now? I tried to get us 2 trades so we could take a look and see where they're at. I do apologize. Next time I will have 4 for you guys. But I was looking at the market and I didn't really see anything good. But our first trade that I would like for us to put it in is, and I didn't make it, I'll put it in the chat. Try to put it in the chat, is Euro NZD. So Euro NZD will be our first one. Let's see if I can Euro. So Euro NZD. And Euro NZD will be a sell stop, okay? The trade type is a sell stop. Okay, so you guys will, if you haven't already, go open up your MetaTrader 4 app and you want to look for the currency pair. Look for the currency pair, Euro NZD, all right? Euro NZD. Go to the quotes page. Look for that currency pair. If you don't see it, go to the top, look for your plus sign near the right side and type in EUR NZD, and it should pop up in the menu. You tap it, should disappear. Hit the backwards button and then go back to the quotes page or hit your quotes icon. These little arrows that go sideways, like a dark one and a blue one, a white one. And then scroll down to the bottom and your currency pair should be at the bottom. All right, follow me so far. This is our trade idea number 1, and our currency pair is Euro NZD. All right, everybody's with me so far. Put a 1 in the chat. You find your currency pair, EUR NZD. All right, we got two people found it so far. Let me know if you guys need me to pause, wait a minute. And if you guys need some help, you can come off mute. All right, you guys not talking to me. There we go, one more. All right. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is you want to look for your, once you got the currency pair, you're going to put the trade type in. And remember, for the trade type, once you select new order, or if you're going to iPhone, you already selected trade, now you should be on a different page. Oops, gotta go back to slide. So then you should be here. So now we're gonna click select the trade type. So once you're on, you've already clicked on new order or your trade. Now you're gonna select the trade type and you should see this little menu should say market execution at the top, right? You wanna tap on that and then we're gonna select sell stop, all right? Everybody with me so far? So stop is at the bottom of that list. Once we do that, we're gonna select our lot size. Okay, so lot size is directly underneath your trade type. So should be sell stop and then directly under there, make sure that's 0.01. All right. You got an iPhone, yours is a little different, but it's the same thing. You tap on the numbers left or right to get to where you want to be. All right. Now we already got that part. All right. So you're going to be doing your entry price, your take profit, and your stop loss. Okay. So first thing will be your entry price. All right. And I should be telling you the numbers as we go along. Okay, so Euro NZD, the entry price is going to be 1.67023. Again, that entry price is 1.6707. Should be 7. See, this is why you write it down, because look, I'm typing and I'm typing the wrong thing, even though I'm looking at it. So entry price is not that one. 1.67023. Is that a 23? Yep, 23. So entry is 67023. All right. Stop loss is 1.6 7042. And my take profit is 1.67006. All right, if anybody got that in? Does anybody put it in? I'm going to my app now. Now I'm gonna put it in mine. So looking for the currency pair. I don't have it, so I gotta type it in. EURNZD. Tap it, go backwards, scroll down to the bottom, look for my currency pair, hold it down, go to new order. Hit sell stop. Got my lot size at 0.01. Tap my entry price, take my cursor all the way to the back. If you're doing your iPhone, you're gonna copy and paste it, but make sure you got the right number, okay? So our entry price was 1.67023. Okay. Anybody tell me where the stop loss is going on this trade? Somebody come off and mute and tell me what kind of phone you have and where does the stop loss go?
Where does it go?
Sorry?
You said, where does the stop loss go? I got
Yeah,
1.6.
where would you put your stop loss? Do you know where to put it? If you have a Android, where are you putting your stop loss?
Okay, I have an iPhone, but I'm putting it right on the line that says stop loss.
Stop loss underneath there, correct. Yeah, and you just follow along. It's just that simple. And if you have your take profit Android, you're gonna put it under the green line. Remember, tap it, put your cursor all the way to the left. And if you're copying and pasting in your iPhone, make sure you have the right number. Okay, so I'm putting in my stop loss, 1.67042. And then I'm putting in my take profit, which is 1.67006. All right. And then you should see your place button at the bottom. And I'm going to hit place. Woohoo. And if you're able to place that trade, I want you to put a P in the chat. Can't place trade. Mary, you want to come off mute and tell me?
Yeah, I don't know why I've got sell stop in. I've got the entry at 1.67023, the stop loss 1.67042, and the TP 1.67006, but my place button is gray.
Okay, just go backwards to the quotes page again, and then just start all over. Sometimes when you try to click new order or trade, it'll be gray and it won't let you do it. Just go backwards and then restart the whole process over. Click that currency pair again and try to do it again. Because
So this is Euro NZD, right?
yes.
So they wouldn't be able to get in with this entry price because
Let me see.
if it's a is it a sale stop? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, it let me put
So it's-
mine in.
So a sale stop, the bus has moved already down. The market right
It
now is
went, I was going
at
to say, let me go to trading view. It might have moved already.
so yeah, the bus has already moved. So it's not, so you wouldn't be able to get into the trades. You have to go underneath where the market is now. So the market is at 19, at 6719 on the sale. So you would have to go lower than 19 in order to be able to get in. You're not going to be able to get in with 23.
You got that so far, Mary? You
Yes, I
understand?
did. Yes, thank you.
So you look on your MetaTrader 4 where the market is, you're just gonna adjust your number below that so that you can get in. So did you do yours yet?
I haven't done it yet. I'm getting ready to.
Okay, let me know if you need help. Anyone else having that problem yet?
I'm
Well,
having
I
a
was kind of
problem.
at the same place that the other Mary was too. This is the other Mary.
Okay, Mary.
I'm having a
This is-
same problem.
So yeah, this would be an example of like the trader puts a trade in and the bus has already passed us. So you can choose to put in a sell limit and hope that bus comes back to you, or you have to do something what I call run for the bus, right? So running for the bus would be that, you know, if I'm looking, if this is sale, her entry price was at 2.3, right? 1.67023. So I'm looking at the market right now and it's already gone down. So the bus is like taking off 10 pips already on us because it's at 14 now, right? So this would definitely, if it's already a 10 pip move already, you could choose to just let that bus on pass you by, wait for the next trade. You can put a sell limit in and hope the bus turns back around and picks you back up. Or you can go lower than where the market is right now. I would not suggest, if this was a real trade, like if, you know, Mr. Jameson put this trade out and had already moved 10 pips, I wouldn't suggest running for the bus at that moment because it's gone 10 pips already. Anything over 10 pips, I mean, anything, like if you're counting the pips, so like, well, I'm counting the pips, it's like 24, 23, 22, 21, right? If I'm counting those pips, if it's gone more than 6 pips, then I would either put a sell limit in or just let that trade pass you, right? So that's kind of like what happens here. So if this is sell, your entry price always has to be lower than where the market is. So think about sell, like sell has the L for lower, right? So the market has to be lower. And you're also going to look at the number on the left. So the number on the left on your phone is the one that's 6.7 right now. For me, it's 15 or 16. So you see that our entry price is higher than that. It needs to be lower than that for us to get into the market. So you could probably get in at 13. That's probably where you can get in. I doubt you can get in at 14, but probably maybe at 13, you probably can get in if you change your entry price to 1.67. Oh, that's 67023. Is it 023? Oh, you should be good with 023. I was thinking it was
023.
Oh yeah, I was thinking it was just 24. So that's no, you should be able to get in with this one because it's 0.2, you should be able to get in.
Okay,
You should be able to get into
the way it is.
So yeah, it's fine the way it is because I didn't realize it was 7023. So make sure you put that 0 in there.
Okay, I still can't place. My place is still gray.
Yeah, I still can't place it either. And I changed it to sell. I changed it to sell limit.
So 1 0 is
It's moving
Euro
really fast.
NZD 023. Yeah, you should be able 042. That's really close for that stop loss. And 7006. Yeah, you should be able to get in for the place on that. Let me show you on my phone and let me come into the Zoom on my phone.
I don't need to keep you.
Make sure you have the, let's see, AMG. Ms. Debbie, if you could let my phone in and be able to share. All right, awesome. Maybe not. I think maybe I could do this. Let's see, stop. I don't want to stop my video.
I have a question. The 1.6713 on the left-hand side of my iPhone, is that the sale price or what are we talking about here? I'm a little lost on that.
You say you got prices on the right side?
No, I still can't place the trade, but I was asking about the numbers that are flashing at the bottom, like 1.6713 on the left-hand side of the iPhone, then on the right side is 1.6720. So my question is, the number on the left side, 1.6713, is that the sale, the stop sale or something? What are you calling that number? I'm a little lost.
Like right here,
Yeah, that 06060.
60651.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's your. I'm sorry.
Rhonda, stop sharing your screen real quick. I think I'm gonna bring my screen up so we can see it, so I can show the numbers.
Stop my share.
Uh-huh. I hope this works. Oh yeah, awesome. Okay. All right. So there's the trade, right?
Mhm.
So the number that's on the right is the number that is if you were on the buy. So that 16719, that's the number you would look at if you were doing a buy. And the 1.6714, that's the number you're going to look at if it's a sale.
Casey, I can't talk to you right now. I'm on a Zoom. I have to call you back. Okay,
So so I have an iPhone, so I put my trades in. So this is what you would have for your the price, the stop loss, and the take profit.
okay, my left side is down to 1.6713. And the right
Say
side
it
is
one more time. 16713. Okay.
And then the right side is 1.6719, but it's still gray.
So make sure you have Euro NZD.
Okay, so should I change it back? Because I changed it to sale limit. So I change it back to sale stop?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll re-enter the numbers again.
And then once everybody places it, put a P in the chat.
Oh, this is just giving me the flux.
No, it's good. That's why that's
still
one
can't
why we're
place it.
learning and in a demo account.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still
good
can't
learning.
place it though. It's
Okay,
down
so
to it's down to 1.67108.
Okay.
And I'm
So
sorry.
we still should be good. So you have, or do you have Euro NZD? Make sure you have the right pairing.
Oh,
Yeah, mine's not placing either, Angie, sorry.
that's
Okay.
where
Yep, I'm at the same
I'm on an
place and
Android.
mine won't either.
Okay.
I'm on an
So
Android.
do you have where you can put the numbers in?
Yes, and I'm on the EURNZD.
Okay.
I got all the numbers in, but the placement is gray.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure. It may be the broker that's doing that for us, but it should be. I know when I was first looking at it, I didn't have that 0 in there. So it was 67023. So make sure, because first time I didn't put that 0 in there.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, awesome. And then do your numbers kind of match up with mine on the left and the right?
No, your numbers are a little higher.
Mine are a little higher.
Yeah, because mine is 167. Now it's 11
Yeah,
on
then 10.
on the left,
So it should,
and on the right is 1.6719.
it still should work. Let's see if I go. I'm not in a demo account. Let me go to my demo account. I still okay. Now I'm in a demo account. And 023 was the 042. And then I think it was 006. So even still then, I was able to do it in this demo account. So I'm not sure if what the Androids are doing, because this is a demo account.
So mine's an iPhone and it's still not doing it.
Yeah.
I dropped down from 09 to 07 in the left-hand column.
Yeah,
right.
I'm
So
at
that's
07
yeah,
as
the
well.
trade is going down. That's what we wanted to do. So, but I'm not sure why you can't get in it. Let's just try another one.
Well, I see yours is 0.05 and we're at 0.01. Does that make a difference?
That's
No.
the lot size, so
I
that
mean, the
shouldn't
lot
matter.
size. It should not
Very
make a
good. Yay. I love that. That you all can pick that out. That was awesome. You all have a great teacher, Ms. Rhonda. Something about the lot size. Yeah, so my lot size is at 0.05. But everything else should be like this. You should be able to get into the trade. One thing I would say is like go out of it and then try to go back in. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've been in and out 4 or 5 times. I think
so
I'll just,
it must be
can I
something-
wait on this? I mean, can I maybe try putting it in later?
Yeah, but typically, like, you would be able to place the trade, right? So right now, like what I'm doing right now is standing at the bus stop. Like I didn't hit place yet, but the bus is at 0.6712. That's the address where it is.
Yeah,
And you see, like it just went down to 11, right?
yeah,
And where we wanted to come to is 0.6702, because that's where
Right.
we're standing, right? So that's kind of what happens. And you should have a place button if everything else, you have the sell stop on there. If you have everything, you should have a place button. So I'm not particularly understanding why you don't have a place button at this moment. Maybe send me Miss Mary Gary Stevens, send me a screenshot and then I can kind of look at your screen and then see if I see any error. But we should be able to place it. Should be able to. It shouldn't be a problem. At first I was like not seeing a 0 in the middle, but we should be able to place this, no problem. So while we're trying to get on this one, Ms. Rhonda, if you would find another trade for us to put in, and then we can always come back to this one, but I want to at least get 2 in today.
Okay. Well, our
And
second
I'll
one
stop
already
sharing.
moved way away from our spot. So let me see if I can just get a quick one real quick. And this one will be AUD USD. AUD USD. And let me see if we can get a setup on this real quick, like one time. So let's try. Okay, we're just gonna let's try a buy. That one was a buy. That one was a buy stop. Okay. And our entry is about 0.6729. Let me see. I'm looking at my trading view. 29673. Market. Okay, we're gonna do entry price on
I'm sorry, what was the pair?
AUD USD. AUD USD. Everybody got the currency pair? AUD USD. This is gonna be a buy just so we can put it in. I know it's late, so I'm just picking some numbers. That's our entry. Our entry is gonna be at 0.6729. 67310. And this is a buy stop, so our stop loss is going to be 6731. We'll say 290, 67290, and the take profit is going to be 50. Okay, so AUD, USD, I'm going to my currency pair, new order, market, not market execution, click market execution, and then select buy stop. Okay, tap on your entry. Our entry price is 0.67310. Hopefully it won't move there before we put it in. The stop loss is 0.6729. And the take profit is 0.67350. All right, checking the chat. Everybody got it. AUD.
This is Debbie. I was trying to type it in, but I missed what you said for the stop loss. I'm sorry, and the take profit.
Okay, it's okay. Stop loss is 0.67290.
Okay,
I mean, that's the stop loss.
290.
Yeah, for the stop loss. And then the take profit is 0.67350.
67350.
Yes.
No. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, 67350.
50. And so mine just activated right now. I wanted one so you can see it activate. So if you were able to place the trade, please place a P in the chat. Let me see. Yes, 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 yes. That's what we want to see. P, P, P. Yes, yes, yes. I need a few more. Need to see a few more P's, guys. If you're having trouble, come off mute so we can help you. And one more thing I want to do before we hang up real quick. Let's say you want to close out a trade, right? So when you go onto your trade page and you're looking at your trade, you just tap it, okay? And I can't show you. I don't know if you can see. So you tap it like that, and the menu will come on. That menu, it should say close order at the top, okay? So you click close order, and then another menu will come open, and it'll ask you to do it again. So if you want to close it out, remember, you got to press close order 2 times, all right? 2 times, but it's real easy. You just go to your trade and you press and hold on it until the menu comes up. So everybody got that trade in, the second one?
I don't think I have the correct take profit. Should it have been 7350? Because it's
yes,
buying and I have
yes.
less. Okay, sorry.
Yes, 67350.
Okay.
And just Ms. Rhonda was telling you about how to close the trade, but most of the time you're not going to close the trade. You're going to just let it run. So it'll go to take profit, go to take profit 1. That's the idea, is that the trader has analyzed the trade and you want it just to run. Now, maybe times that you would want to close it. A lot of times what I'll tell you the emotion of it if it's going negative. And then that's when you want to close it, right? But it really is, that's why they have that take profit there, that they are analyzing that trade is going to be moving in between where the take profit is all the way to the stop loss. So it may go all the way down and not hit that stop loss and then turn it around and go the direction you want. And then because your emotion is involved, you close it out too soon and then you actually lose money. So it really is that you would, I know I was the same way when I first started trading. I would put the trade in and I'd be looking at it all day. And then when it was negative, I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm $1 down. I'm about to close this out, right? And that's the emotion of it. And then so you want to, all of it is by analysis. So they're analyzing the market. And so that's why I said you want to get where your emotion is not involved, right? That you know, that's why we have our lot sizes low. That if you lose a trade, because you're never going to invest more money than you can lose, right? If I lose a trade, I lose a trade. But know that for the majority of our traders, they win more than they lose, right? So that's why we're also going to do that advanced class where we can learn how to get higher take profits. But that's really kind of what you're doing, is just letting that trade run. I just wanted to say that, but I know, because I'm the same way. I get my emotions involved all the time.
Me too. Okay, guys, is that all the questions that we have? Did we taking care of everybody? Was everybody able to get that trade in? That was number 2. I know it's after 7, so.
I have one small question again. Going back to quotes, okay, and at the top where you have simple and advanced, what's the significance there? Does it matter where you should stay? I know when we start out, you're in simple, and then I see you hit advanced, and the numbers kind of jiggle around. Does that matter?
It does a little bit. Miss Angela, you want to answer that one? I know there's a slight difference in the format of what you can access, but I forget exactly what that is.
I think the advanced, this shows you the low and the high. I was just looking at my phone. Like if I have it on simple, it just has the numbers and it doesn't say low and high on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's just telling you what the parameters are for that trade for you to be able to get in a buy or a sell. I believe that's all it does.
Not that advanced to mess around with that yet.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the answer.
No problem.
All right. Well, family, we are done. If there are no more questions and everybody is good, please make sure to tune in and pay attention to the Telegram group. Make sure that you have your notifications on so that when those trade ideas go in the Telegram group, you can access them by hearing first that notification so that you'll know when they come out. Thank you, everybody. Let me give a couple of shout outs. Let me see who's here. Thank you so much. I know we went over time, but thank you, Miss Debbie, Miss Angela. I appreciate you guys so much for giving me this opportunity to come in and step up. Thank you, Miss Mary, David. Thank you. What up, Dole? That's my nephew, guys, and he's learning. He's brand new. Thank you for chiming in, Miss Dolores and Miss Mary G. Okay, and we got me, Miss Rhonda Gail Wise. We got Coach JP. What's up? Good to see you in the house. And guys,
everybody,
this is the lady
I'm gonna jump in and say this. This is your first class, and we so appreciate you. So if everybody will put fires in the chat for Rhonda. So it's always, it's like I try to stay out of it, especially when it's somebody's new, like trying to get them through and do it, because it's different when you're teaching a class from when you're taking the class, right? It's totally different. So, but we appreciate you so much. I know she'll be back again next week. And so every time she comes, hey, good, what do I tell you all? Every time you come, you're gonna get better at trading. And every time she teaches, she's gonna get way better in teaching. It's just like this experience. And I remember my first time, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even have a PowerPoint. So that was, like it was creating the whole thing. So, but we thank you, Miss Rhonda, so much for, volunteering your time for the team and stepping up. We really appreciate you. So thank you so much.
All righty. And we are done. We're turning it back over to you, Miss Debbie.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again, Ms. Rhonda. And we'll see you on next Sunday, same time. We encourage everybody to come back, and definitely give a testimony even of how your trades went through the week, where you had challenges, where you had profits, where you had losses. What we love to hear how the trainings have helped you throughout the week. So definitely come back. We'll be here the same time, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Bring a friend. It's always easier, I think, to learn with somebody. So definitely you're invited to bring a guest back with you, and we'll see you next time. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. We do have, for our team members, we do have our Momentum Zoom, which is our team huddle up on this same channel at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then we do have a host of events throughout the week. We have Monday evenings is our Women's Empowerment at 8 o'clock, this same channel. Tuesday evening, we have an open house, which is our overview of the services. Wednesday is Band of Brothers. Same time. Thursday is one of the most important nights of the week. We have our master trader, Mr. Johnny Gaskins, offers a Q&A session, as well as a training on everything involving the markets. So if you have questions, you're definitely invited to come then and ask those questions. And then we finish out the week with a global call with the company iGenius. So definitely, again, we look forward to seeing you through the week on the different activities, and then next week on this same channel. Awesome. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.